Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Make Jesus Music. This is Walker and Velzy here at Seek Jesus Festival, and we are so stoked to be here with Rory McKenna.
What's up, boys?
Founder of Tekoa.
Yep, co-founder,
Co-founder of Tekoa, and really awesome. You guys have had 50 million streams, hit 50 million streams on Hymns Disparity.
Yep.
And also been able to open for Lauren Daigle here in Australia. So you guys have been in the industry for a little while, and we're just so stoked, Rory, to have you here on the podcast.
Man, it's so cool to be here.
Yeah, is for anyone who has never heard of you before or never seen any of your antics or free-flowing stuff that you're doing on social media, how would you best describe yourself and Tekoa and what God's doing in your life?
That's good. I am a dad to two awesome children.
Amazing.
And a husband to my wife, Janika. And yeah, we lead this band called Tekoa, which is very eclectic, hard to put into a category.
Yeah.
Which wasn't the intention. We just wanted to write music, and then we gathered these people that were amazing in different ways. And then we kind of put it together and we're like, good luck. And sent it out to the world in a boat.
Yeah.
And just watched it like take off in a weird way.
Yeah.
We wrote these in 2019, the Hymns Disparity songs, and then we kind of refined them in 2020. So this was our debut EP.
Wow.
Refined them, got friends and musicians that I really loved to play on these songs, and then they added their own flavor. And then we released it during the COVID time.
Yeah.
So like we had a horns player called Thomas Sly. He's a friend of mine. We played lots of gigs together in like corporate world. And he's now he's a firefighter now.
Oh wow.
One of my favorite drum players of all time. And so he comes in and he sends me some tracks from his bedroom. And then the bassist sends me some tracks from his bedroom.
Yeah.
And then we just kind of compiled it into Logic for the first EP, and you can hear how like lo-fi and kind of messy it is.
Yeah, cool.
But I think it's that made Hymns Disparity special.
That's awesome. What is the meaning behind Tekoa?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
So Samuel Adebajo, he and I and Nathan Staggers, who was another child. He was a child at the time. He was 16 at the time. We got together and we wrote songs, and we had this body of work, these 5 songs that we loved, and we felt they were really special. But yeah, the name was like, what do we call ourselves? We went through like heaps of names, but
what were some of the names? Just curious.
I think one of the names was like Paper Delivery Service.
Oh yeah,
which is quite cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Pretty indie.
Yeah.
But we landed on Tekoa. Sam actually came up with the idea. It was 2 Chronicles, where King Jehoshaphat goes out into the wilderness of Tekoa. And, he sends out the musicians, and then the Lord fights on behalf of them, and they don't have to lift a finger. So it's just the music does it. And we kind of saw Tekoa being like our music going out into the industry and doing its thing, and the Lord doing his thing.
Yeah.
And we just kind of sit back in Melbourne and don't go to the States yet. We're,
But you should.
Yeah.
I think we will.
100%.
But and he's done that. Like we just released a really weird song. So we released 2-part song thing about the Prodigal Son story.
Yeah.
So there's 3 parts to it. Part 1 and 2 are the brothers, the younger brother, the older brother, and then part 3 is the father setting the table. And he's like, everyone's welcome here. And it's beautiful. We got a friend of ours to sing on it, Antoine Bradford, who's an amazing artist out in California. Love his stuff. Wow. Since 2019, I've loved his stuff. But yeah, he sings that part. I sing the older brother part. Sam sings the younger brother part. We released At the Table separately. So Antoine's part, the father's part first. And then we released Barter, the second part. The first part second.
Yeah.
Quite confusing. But we just released it this month.
Yeah.
And it was on like one of the biggest playlists on Spotify, secular one.
Yeah. Oh.
And I'm like, it's the wilderness of Tekoa. It's that whole thing happening.
So cool, man.
That's cool.
Love it. I suppose just a thought around that, man. Like obviously the journey with Tekoa, it's been around for around the 5 years. So how did he get there, man? Like, tell us a bit about Rory. Like, what's your story, man? What it took to get to that point where you wanted to start this journey.
Wow, that's a really good question. So in New Zealand, I grew up in Palmerston North, New Zealand, which is up north, 2 hours from Wellington. And my mum would worship lead every morning at our church. And so I heard her singing harmonies every morning on a Sunday. And just listening to Nora Jones and other eclectic, beautiful albums of that time because of mum. You know, I listened to like Louis Armstrong and then, like all of these influences were kind of, you know, in my subconscious. And so I loved this music, brass in particular.
You can hear that in the stuff you play. So for anyone that doesn't know, you know, we're at Seek Jesus Festival right now, and we heard you play last night, and it blew my mind, man. Like, we heard you also rehearsing, but then when you actually got up there on stage and everyone was there dancing and celebrating with you and praising Jesus as well, man, like it was a vibe. And I really, really enjoyed it. So
cool.
So glad to be here just to witness that, man. So
so cool.
We got
brass.
Yeah,
but brass. So brass was obviously a huge influence from an early age.
Yeah, well, yeah. I actually haven't thought about that until this very moment.
I love this.
There's this like,
this is why we're doing it, bro.
you know, like Louis obviously being a
you
trumpet.
said Louis, and I was like,
dude.
oh.
Yeah. It was like it was a track that I used to love as a baby. And I remember the song. I remember it playing in the backyard, and mum would play it. It's like a Louis, down by the riverside, down by the rivers. And then he does like trumpet solos in every song.
Side note, have you seen that reel where someone's like talking about like, not Louis Armstrong, but like, yeah.
Is it
Neil Armstrong,
Neil
right?
Armstrong.
But like, when did Louis Armstrong go to the moon? Like, that was that.
Trees are green on the moon.
Yeah. So gold. Yeah. So, I mean, like, was he like a role model for you, Louis Armstrong?
No, not really. Not really at all.
But
I
you
actually
just love the brass.
Yeah, I listened to some weird music as a kid.
Cool.
No, not really. I listened to a lot of mainstream music, but then I listened to like mum's style of music as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's really eclectic. I think the 90s were a weird time.
Yeah, a lot of stuff going on.
Early
R&B,
2000s,
pop. Yeah, a lot of
Linkin
that sort
Park,
of stuff.
dude.
Yeah, come on. Yeah.
Linkin Park, dude.
Very eclectic era.
Great.
Yeah. What year were you born?
93.
Oh, come on.
What about you guys?
You 93. Yeah,
we're both
93 too.
93.
Come on, let's go.
Hey, boys. Did we just
Yeah,
become best friends?
Oh, yeah, 93. Shout out to anyone born in 93.
No, it's a great year.
Cool.
Yeah.
Recently, actually, I got into Nirvana. And the reason I got into Nirvana, and the reason I weirdly, and this will come later into my story, is, you know, I went to church from 1993 to 2003. Then we moved to Shepparton, and I didn't go to church for 6 years because there was this barren time in our lives. We also tried to find the church, and we didn't feel like, and it was actually a drought in Shepparton. So it was a really dry season, legitimately, and And then we moved to Christchurch in 2009, and that's when I started going back to church. Found some lads at Boys High, Christchurch Boys High, which is like a huge sporting school. And then we went to church, and I rededicated my heart to Christ, and I met my wife there, which was awesome. We met at 16, she was 15, and then we started dating 5 years later, which is highly recommend.
Cool.
Become mates, and then ask her to marry you. But yeah, during that time, like, worship to me has been, like, huge respect to Hillsong United, because I fell in love with, I didn't grow up listening to Hillsong United directly, like indirectly probably, but and Matt Redman. Mum used to sing Matt Redman songs, beautiful, in church. But I think Hillsong United got me back into like really properly listening to worship. I really like Joel Houston, like his writing. He's great. We actually, cool story is that we were signed to his label for the last 3 songs. So he's, you know, sharing his heart to Sam and I when we were doing this like he was like talking about the label, their heart, and then he's telling me that he's a fan of the music, and I'm like, this is crazy, like full circle moment, because I'm like a fan of his writing.
Yeah.
And there was a line in Altar, and I was like, oh man, that feels so Joel Houston when I wrote it.
Yeah.
And I told Sam, and Sam laughed. And then in the call with Joel was like, you know, there's this line. I was listening to this song, and he's got a deep voice. He's like, and this line, you know, and he says the line that I was like, oh man, it sounds like Joel.
Yeah.
It was really cool. And the line was actually about my mom's story coming across. Very subtle, and you wouldn't know it.
Cool.
She had an encounter with the Lord where she was taken to a meadow, and God was running through a meadow holding her hand.
Wow.
Yeah. So rhythms of redemption, like running through a meadow in Altar. And that's the exact line. All the instruments swell into that like second verse.
I love that part.
Yeah. And Joel said he had it on in the background, and he said he stopped and listened at that line, caught his attention. I'm like, well, that's so cool. You know, like
yeah.
No, I love his writing, man. I actually sent a song to Maddie a little while ago. I was like, bro, we need to just sing this together. And I was like, I just love his writing skills, the way he presents himself. And all the way back, I was very similar. Just when I was younger, there used to be a festival called Easter Fest.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you've heard of Easter Fest, or it used to be Australian Gospel Music Festival.
Did you ever go?
No.
Yeah, I got to see him live there. And that was my first experience with Hillsong United. I was like, oh, man, they're so cool. And then that gave me that inspiration to keep listening to their worship music. So love them. Yeah. That's a cool story though, man.
A special shout out also to Switchfoot. You
know?
Switchfoot.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. And also Stevie Wonder in a weird way. Like Stevie, we went to school, not with Stevie, obviously, but I went to like a college outside of high school, after high school, and did a diploma in contemporary music. And we did all of these songs. I fell in love with Stevie, fell in love with what's this, Audio Slave, and like the grunge era. The reason I love the grunge era and the reason I love Nirvana it was last year actually I got into Nirvana. I never grew up listening to it. And obviously awful like addiction riddled man and life. And he has a daughter who's now older than him. She did a post on her Instagram. It was really heartbreaking.
Yeah, wow.
But you could tell there's an authenticity to the way Kurt wrote that was so honest, that is lacking in modern worship, in my opinion, in CCM, which is heartbreaking to me. But the reason, it's controversial, obviously, but there was a song that caught my attention from Kurt Cobain, In Bloom. And the reason it is so cool is because it goes through, like, I don't know what the key is, but it uses every note in the key vocally. It's like 12 notes used. Yeah, okay. Very weird. And it goes into these different key centers, minor, major, and it just feels authentic, you know? And worship is different, obviously. But we should be authentic in our worship. You know, we should be authentic. If Kurt Cobain can do it about being in bloom, and he's talking about these dudes that come to his shows, and he's like, actually, these are the dudes that were bullying me, and he writes this amazing song that's honest. How much more should we be honest about our worship, man?
And in a sonic way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sonically. Exactly. Like, I feel like going here.
Yes.
You know. Also, shout out to Jacob Collier. In 2018, he did like this video with this other cat who I've forgotten his name.
About the harmonics, right?
Yeah.
And how it all blends together.
Yeah. Jacob's just like, you know, when you're in Dorian and A flat minor, whatever, and he just starts singing it, and it's in perfect key because he's got perfect pitch. But he articulates it so beautifully. He's like, all the rules can be broken, and it can be beautiful. You can go anywhere at any given moment.
On that, what do you feel like that sort of not used to that, or like where's the brakes come on inside the Christian music industry when it goes into that? I wouldn't say eclectic, but maybe just alternative. Well, not even alternative because it is music.
Yeah.
It's, it's sound, right? But I mean, like, why is there a lack of push or experimentation? It's probably a better way to put it. Why is there a lack of alternate or experimentation within the CCM?
It's a very good point. I think the church is where we express ourselves musically as Christians, and so it's a very depending on where you go, it can all sound like a certain genre.
Pigeonholed.
Yeah. CCM.
Yeah,
Yeah.
CCM.
Yeah.
And that's okay, but there should be ways to express it. There's lots of amazing musicians that have amazing ways of writing songs that I don't write like that. For example, Nathan Staggers, who was initially a part of the band. He's an amazing songwriter. He was 16 when he wrote Yahweh Leon. Very folk, very different singer. He wrote the song and he sent it through to Sam, the other guy. And we sent it to church, but it wasn't a song that they would sing in church. So it was met with like silence, essentially. I said to Sam, I'm like, this song is profound. And Sam's like, I agree. I'm like, it's written by a 16-year-old. We shouldn't touch it.
16 is crazy.
Yeah.
We heard it last night and I was blown away. I was like,
Yeah.
16? I was
16.
Like, damn, man. How cool.
And he's written it from his heart. He said he got a download from heaven. So it just came to him.
Yeah.
Very
artistic, yeah.
Jack Black.
Yeah. Oh,
Beam
yes.
of light.
Yes.
Yeah, and so, dude, this is my mind, man.
Yeah, dude. No, go there.
that's-
Like,
that's
that's
fabulous.
creative.
Yeah.
So
let's go.
Nathan Staggers, this kid, very folky, very different to what I would do. And then I'm like, we have to encourage this. We have to do this song in the group of songs that I think these are the top 5 best songs that we have currently. It belongs there. And we have to like encourage, fan into flame what he's doing. And he's like doing so many things.
Yeah.
Like he's in Perth and he studied at Whopper. He's an amazing kid. And he's a genius songwriter. And I hope the world gets to see it. So follow Nathan Staggers because he's a wonderful kid.
Definitely.
No longer a kid, an adult now. When he was a kid when he started. Yeah,
nice.
But like if we can't encourage that, it stays there. As opposed to going, like
It does, doesn't it? It
Yeah.
does stay there.
the sound of the church is who's in the room, who you've got there. It's not something to be found. It's not like this, or else nothing will happen, right?
Yeah.
It's whoever's writing music. So let's encourage songwriters because God needs all the glory. And if it's weird, it's in the room. That's who's there. You can't really choose. You can't choose which fish you catch, right? When you go fishing. So like, it is what it is, man. Just enjoy it. We Sam as well. Sam was a cat that I met out of Bajo. He came over from Brisbane because his friend at the time was dating a girl who was niece of my pastor back in Christchurch. Very small world.
Wow.
And so they came to our church. And Sam, I was like, oh man, this kid's awesome. Like a wonderful guy. And he was like studying or like working to be a dentist at like 21, which is crazy. And then he comes over and he shows me the song and I'm like, dude, this is amazing. And he's like unsure about his production. And I'm like, it's wonderful production. Like it's really different. And so he's the guy who produced the first EP, me and him co-produced it. But like, again, he was there and he was brilliant and lyrically brilliant. And that's kind of how it started. But yeah, I think church tends to can gatekeep people.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. There's not a lot of places that you can sing these songs or whatever it is. But now anyone can do it. Like you can get Logic, GarageBand, you can go home and make a song
Love it, eh?
and put it out.
And in festivals like this,
Yes.
where we get to hear it.
Dude, yes.
Yeah, like even on the drive down here, I was playing some of the artist songs, and Troy was like, a cameraman, shout out Troy, was going,
What's up, Troy?
I really need to listen to some contemporary Christian music, like more of it. Like that's my goal next year because you don't realize that some of it's out there. So yeah, it's really nice to be able to share that with people and even to notice it ourselves and invest in it and have it here and spend time just worshiping God you know, in that space. That's not your typical maybe church environment. So yeah, it's cool. I love that. Well, man, we're talking about your story. So why don't we go back to, I guess you were at church when you were younger. You moved. You had that sort of break from church, went back. So tell us from, I guess, your later teens into your young adulthood, like sort of what's your story and how did you end up getting to this point now?
Yeah. So last year of high school, I started taking singing lessons and loved it. And I didn't study music at all. So I went to the music room actually at school to practice for this school social thing we had, because we were the band. And I got kicked out because I hadn't studied music. And I'm like, this is hilarious because now I'm doing music full time-ish, you know, like, yeah. So I got kicked out and I was like, oh, okay. And then I studied it after school. So it's like, we should have been
Totally
encouraged in school. Yeah, so that happened. And then after school, Dad's like, son, well done at high school. What do you want to be? And I was like, I think I want to do music. And he's like, you could change that music and engineering could be better. So engineering, you could engineer things. And I'm like, I could engineer music. And he's like, or you could engineer engineering. And I was like, or I could do music. And I'm like, Dad, give me 1 year doing music and see what happens. We actually started a band in New Zealand. And the next year we went on X Factor.
Cool.
It's called Morehouse, man.
Yeah.
And we were like branded as a boy band.
Yeah.
But we were all played music.
Wow.
But that's just
I
what
didn't
they
know
did.
that,
Is that
man.
film
That's
of it?
cool.
Like it's actually online? Like, can you
Don't look at it. Yeah. Don't look us up. Please don't. Yeah, it was a hilarious time. And all the boys are amazing people. And are all dads now and all married.
Yeah.
It's really cool. But we actually met at this church, and then that was the name. The street was the avenue that we met on.
So cool.
Hilarious. Morehouse. Yeah. So we did that, and we got signed to Sony Music. It's hilarious, man. It was hilarious because the music wasn't. Troy's got it. Put that away, mate. Don't cut that out, please.
Let's pull that up right now.
Cut that out, Troy. Dude, Troy needs a podcast.
Sony, man. Like, yeah.
Yeah. It was signed
This
to
is
Sony.
crazy.
It was hilarious because the music was terrible. Because we didn't know who we were. We weren't enjoying the music. We didn't really have a big hand in it. So it was.
But the image,
Yeah.
it was pretty much a lot of the image, right?
Yeah, we had fans, but we didn't have like listeners to the music because the music wasn't great.
Nice.
But whatever. And so the next year, I think we released an album or something, and then we did tours. And then the next year, I was like, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. None of us want to do this anymore. We're not making money. And yeah, sorry, Sony NZ, we're going to go our separate ways. And they're like, that's okay. You didn't sell many things anyway. So, yeah.
Not like, no, don't leave.
No, don't leave. Go. The door's open. No.
Yeah.
No, they weren't like that. They were actually lovely. They were lovely. We just, yeah. Anyway, and I wanted to come to Melbourne to live because I'd lived in Shepparton and I knew how good Melbourne was. And I'd seen some dude busk and I wanted to busk. And so I came here, lived with mum and dad because they moved here as well. And then started busking every day. And my wife my girlfriend at the time, she moved here and she lived on the other side of town. I was living with mum and dad and she would go and work in the city and I would go and busk in the city. And so one of the first weeks, I went and busked for like 3 hours and made like $5. And I was cooked. My voice was cooked. I went into the cafe and I'm like, honey, I'm absolutely wrecked because I'd carried my gear and I've got $5. And she's like, that's okay. She was really encouraging. That's okay. Gave me a coffee. And then I just kept getting better at doing it. So I went out and busked again. And then this guy, I started busking at night and started making more money. Started getting a bit more rowdy on the streets. And then I met this other guy. He's like, you need a bigger speaker, bro. He's like, you sound great, man. You need a bigger speaker. I don't even know what accent this is.
Yeah, sure.
But hey, bro, thank you.
Yeah.
I forgot his name.
If you're listening, watch.
Yeah. He's like, you need a bassier speaker, bro. And I was like, okay. I'm like, how do I get that? And then he like told me. So I got a bigger speaker, went over to his house. He's like, come over to my house, bro. We have Ethiopian food. And he wasn't Ethiopian, but like there's an Ethiopian joint right down the corner.
Yeah, nice.
First time I had Ethiopian food, and it is incredible. Now it's my favorite.
My wife said that actually. She said I have to go to an Ethiopian restaurant and try it.
It's amazing.
I haven't yet, but she recommends it. I got to.
Ethiopian food, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
Ethiopian people, amazing.
Yeah.
You go in there, you feel like your family. It's great. So we had Ethiopian food, and I made a CD, started selling it on the street with a bigger speaker, started making more money. And then Jan, we got engaged, my wife and I. And she felt the Lord say that he's going to sustain us in this marriage. He's got us. And then he did. Like we funded our wedding from Busking, which is awesome, man.
Yeah,
So cool.
And started booking weddings, started getting into agency work, like working at the AFL, Cricket Australia, all these random events. So I'm at the MCG. I love the MCG because I've been to the Boxing Day test heaps, and I'm playing music at like India versus Pakistan, the T20 World Cup.
I will just say I was watching you play cricket earlier, and that when I first turned and looked at you, and you smashed the ball, looked like it was going for 6, and then someone caught you out.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, bad timing for me to watch.
Yeah.
But
If it was a cricket ball, wouldn't have caught. But
Rory's a great batsman.
the wind took it. Yeah.
It was the wind's fault. We'll blame the wind for sure. Yeah.
But man, it was so cool. And then started meeting different musicians, started working at the F1, which is really cool. Every year since 2017 now.
Yeah, that's cool.
Awesome.
For those that don't know what the F1 is, what is the F1?
F1 is a great car. It's the F1, Formula One.
Formula One.
And the Australian Grand Prix, which is every year at Albert Park. So I'm playing there. I played there last year. And as I'm playing, like Max Verstappen's walking past.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, it's so weird. Like, I get to be in these random places as a musician.
Cool.
Just because I'm a musician, Hey, get out of here! I play music. Oh, come in.
What sort of music do you play in those environments? Like a bit of everything, few covers, like
lots of covers.
Yeah.
Limited worship, obviously. I play a few of my songs, like few worship songs.
Yeah,
but it's very limited. And then lots of like Daniel Caesar, Leon Bridges, Kiwi bands like LAB. My friends in their band, they're huge. They're great. Stuff like that. Kiwi songs. People love it.
Yeah, cool.
Man. And then just started building relationship with amazing musicians who I'd later use in Tekoa. Like get them utilize their skills in Tekoa. It's so crazy.
Cool.
So that's been the journey. And I feel like busking really helped me understand my voice and get stronger in certain aspects. Figured out how to use my falsetto and things.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
Which you're great at, by the way.
Dude, thank you.
I love it.
Could you always like ad lib and stuff, or like for anyone learning how to sing, like what was your process and how did you like become the singer that you are today?
That's crazy, isn't it? Because I didn't grow up ad libbing, and I didn't grow up in a church where people like gospel singers where they were ad libbing. But I definitely had influences when I was at my church in Christchurch because there was lots of R&B singers. So I was like, oh man, I really like that. And then you take things, and then I started listening to like, who did I listen to? Maxwell, Boys to Men. Started like listening to these guys. And then like Jasmine Sullivan, I don't know if you know her, she's freaking nature. And then like Stevie Wonder. And then you just like take what you like, which is great. And the street really helped like get me stronger on those falsettos and figure out where my range sits. I love singing low. Not as low as you, bro.
No, I love singing low too.
Not as low as you.
I appreciate it, man. I know I have a deep voice. It sounds great when it comes out the podcast.
Yeah. Can you beef up?
I just have to EQ you differently.
Beef up like 300 hertz.
Maddie's had to make templates, one specific for me.
Yeah,
so
it's great. So good.
That's good.
So thinking of that production kind of thing, like, chopping up vocals, EQ and that sort of thing, like, have you, like, you said that, or you implied that you kind of recorded stuff in your bedroom, particularly like, with the album that we mentioned before, right?
Yeah,
like your first EP and
Dude.
stuff. Yeah. So, I mean, like, what was the process there? Did you have any part in play with, using Logic and stuff like that?
Yep.
Did you have to do that in your study? Because you studied music, you said.
Yep.
Right? So, yeah, what was the process in learning that and how much do you do now?
Very limited in the studying was done on Logic. But Logic's great. It's very simple. For the EP that you're talking about, I was in like 2 different apartments when we recorded it.
Yeah.
And a studio. So my friend's studio, shout out to In-House Create. My brother works there. His name's John Savidio.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Wow.
Savidio? Yeah. We never know last names in Tekoa Industries. No. Yeah, so we recorded there, but like one of the songs, Rapids, for example,
Great song.
we'd recorded the vocals and then I was like, can we do different things? So we redid the chords so many times. Sam, like the song that Sam had written,
Yeah.
the verses were very basic. And then now they're like very weird to the point where I'm like forgetting when we play it live how I did it.
Did you
in the recording.
overcompensate?
Yeah.
It
Probably. We wanted that song to feel like a journey and like you're on the rapids. But like there's a way of doing that. You don't have to be too weird.
Like
but
bumpy rapids.
Yeah,
Have you ever
yeah,
been
yeah.
on rapids before?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Kiwi rapids.
Oh, because it probably is similar. Because I mean, like, I went on my honeymoon with my wife. Right?
Yeah.
We went down rapids, and then she loved it. Like they did there's a photographer, and he pops up in the randomest of places.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was your photo like? Was it any good?
Oh, dude. Never good. But I also never buy them because they're overpriced. Did you buy them?
She bought them.
No
and
way.
she's smiling, and I'm just going like terrified. So I'm
Dude,
like, yeah, thanks.
Those
babe.
photos are hilarious, eh?
Yeah. So yeah, rapids and production and stuff like that. So yeah, you really wanted it to be alternative, and you look for that
Yeah.
alternative approach with production.
Rapids in particular. The vocal was recorded in a kitchen in my apartment.
Nice.
Dude, hilarious.
While the
So-
sink was running now.
Yeah.
Rapids.
Sam, good luck EQing this and making it work. Yeah.
Hmm.
It's been really really random, that first EP. Now it's a lot more tighter, the way we record things. But I kind of like that vibe too. Because like
cool.
None Like You was recorded with a microphone in the corner of the room, me playing keys, and the vocal was caught from the corner of the room.
Yeah.
And then we just laid harmonies. Nothing was on click. It was just, yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
And then, really basic.
How do you do that with multi-track when it's not like on click
Yeah. I mean,
or like you just
doesn't
do it
matter.
live, right?
It was all off.
Yeah.
All off click. So
Yeah.
that, yeah. So I did that thing live and then sang it, and no one can ever get the click right because there's no click to it and it's probably all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just follow Rory, right?
Yeah. Which is fun, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We saw your band, the relationship they had with you up there,
Yeah.
and like I by no means am I saying that you clown around, but you do it in a very like fun and interesting way where I can see where your mind is racing and
Dude.
and it's almost like you make fun of yourself,
Yeah.
and in like the best way, and like the way that God sees you, bro, is like I just felt like God delighted watching you,
So
and
cool.
the way
Thanks,
that
man.
the guys supported you on stage as well, and you being the front man and making fun of like in a childlike way of like seeing like a kid just experiment with instruments, and when like you give a kid like a lot of different like instruments in a room, just like go nuts.
Yeah.
It's like, and that joy and delight, like I saw that, bro. And it was so,
So cool.
Yeah. So for anyone who
that's
hasn't seen
awesome.
like Tekoa live, bro, like expect some awesome things.
Banter, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, see it.
Sometimes too much.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yes, this isn't a stand-up show.
No, yeah.
Yeah,
But the moth
it's
was
fun.
cool too. Yeah. Tell us what happened with the moth for those who weren't here.
Oh man, dude, we're in the bush in Australia, right? We're in Victoria, and you think the bush is really cool. If you're in the bush in New Zealand, you might get like a few birds. Like, what else would you get in New Zealand? Not a lot. Like some flies, some big flies, but they don't fly around you like Aussie flies.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny.
Aussie flies,
Talking
I'm
about
not-
I know
Kiwi
it's
boys with this.
Ruben
like-
O'Sullivan in the
Hey,
team, yeah.
flies are like this. In New Zealand, you're like, where? And then
Yeah.
it like goes away forever.
These ones stick.
These ones are like, and it's like,
yeah.
and man, it's annoying. And first found out when I played cricket in Shepparton. But yeah, so we're out here and there's like everything flying around because the lights out here. There was a snake over there before the other night. Kiwis are like, what? Can we go see it?
Yeah.
And then some of the Aussies are like, Kiwis, come here. we found it again. And then we all went over and like, oh, that's a bit small, isn't it? I'm like, what do you, it's a normal size snake. What do you, let's crack up. And what else do we have? Like kookaburras. Kookaburras are hilarious.
They think they're hilarious too.
They think they're hilarious laughing. But like if you're a
They're gonna
Kiwi
laugh.
and you've never heard that, I thought they were monkeys when I was a kid.
Yeah, right.
Like they were
Makes sense.
everywhere.
Wow.
What else was around? There was an eagle flying over with something in its mouth. And then there's like hundreds of kangaroos around here. But there's also these massive moths, right? So Kurt's like setting up. It's a moth on his like bass thing. He doesn't want to go on stage. I'm like, bro, we have to start. You're playing tracks. So like get up there. He's like, can you push it away? So I pushed this moth away and then it like kind of pushed back at me. I was like, bruh.
It's gonna follow you,
Massive
man.
moth.
That's hilarious.
And I'd push it again. And it was like, it's not going. And I'm like, Kurt, you have to come up and play with the moth there. It was so
Must have muscles, bro. Must be working out in the gym somewhere.
Dude,
Like
he's
this
just
moth,
like,
bro.
I don't know, man. Built different out
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
Bugs.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the stage vibe, everything was cool. You guys are connected. How much do you guys practice? And I mean, for you individually, it sounds like you've like been like literally busking and training your voice like nonstop. I'm really interested in knowing your personal discipline as an artist, and also like how you incorporate the band into that now.
Yeah. It's a good point, man. We've got like new songs that we're doing
Nice.
tonight. And I'm like sending them. I've sent like a little wee voice note. And I'm like, boys, jump on this
Yeah.
tonight. And there's no horn tonight, which sucks. But it's great. But like we got together and rehearsed like extensively for a wee bit. And then we got it tight. And I'm like, we should do this here. We should do this here. And then, for example, like Joel Paul, the drummer, dude, he's so good. But he's so like dedicated to his craft. Like he'll go and practice by himself in a rehearsal room because he doesn't have space at home. And I'm like, man, I'm so inspired by that. Comes back in and brings it in and he's doing these things. So I'm like still getting excited on stage. I'm like, whoa, you know, like looking
cool.
at Joel
Yeah,
behind me.
yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa, dude, that's,
Yeah.
I'm like trying to sing while like stank facing. And then same with Joe, like electric, going nuts. And then me and Kurt have played like heaps of shows. So these boys are new, but like Kurt and I have done this set heaps. But then like it's always different when there's different musicians. Like seeing Kurt come out of his like shell and really playing the bass, so sick. Because Kurt did everything. Kurt produced some of our songs, our newer stuff. He like runs the tracks, did our merch. You know, like so sick.
Cool merch,
Yeah.
by the way, man.
Yeah,
Oh, thanks,
well
man.
done.
It's got our names on it.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Thanks
Yeah.
for representing us.
Matthew.
Yeah, yes.
How did that song come about?
So this song came about, Matthew 6, the Don't Worry About Tomorrow one.
Yeah.
Came about, COVID had hit, and it was me, Sam, and my friend Niall Sotra. We all got together. I was like, boys, let's write a song about this like horrible thing called COVID, which has just canceled all my bookings for the foreseeable future. And I don't know what's happening. And so we came across Matthew 6, which is like Christ talking about the lilies. I look after them. The birds, and don't worry about what you eat, what you'll drink, what you'll wear. Is life not more than
I
this?
love the melody on that, bro.
Oh man, yeah, and
So
that
catchy.
whole section, I wanted it to feel like we've entered somewhere else, so we changed key,
It's good.
and it doesn't feel like you've changed key because we go to the relative fourth.
Mm.
Yeah,
That's cool.
and it was cool, man. It's a really cool song, and I love that song still because it's Jesus's words. You know, starts off with our reflection of, you know, Christ says, don't put your treasure where moth can destroy it, you know, here, but actually invest in things that are kingdom or like are going to last. Like people are important. And yeah, like don't worry about things here that will sustain you,
Yeah.
but worry about other things. And these people may have been really poor and may not have had food. And God's like, Christ is like, don't worry about what you eat, what you wear. That must have been crazy to hear.
Yeah.
We actually went to the place, my wife and I and my son, before we released the song. We went to the Mount of Beatitudes, right, overlooking the Sea of Galilee, where Jesus preached this.
Mm.
And so we were there and we got some footage. My wonderful friends drove us around there. And it was crazy being there, you know? And so we got some footage and used it on the thing, and probably no one knows that it's like legitimately where Christ would have preached these words. But yeah, man, I love that song. And yeah, it had a lot of iterations. It started off really simple, like a worship song, like a church congregational thing before Tekoa became Tekoa. And I really felt like we should take the walls off what we think a worship song could sound like. And so we did. And I had a call with Mark Barlow, who also sang on it. And he's a guy from Cali, California, who I was a fan of in 2019. We had a call in 2020 because I said, dude, I've got this song. I'd love you to sing the second verse on. He's like, let's do it, man. And then we co-wrote that second verse. And then he also heard the chorus and he added the major 2, which is Jesus and his word will remain. It's that chord that goes on Jesus. It's like the major 2, and I love it.
That's cool.
And it really like took the chorus somewhere else. Shout out to Mark Barlow. I love Mark and his wife, Abriana. They're really cool. And they're having a baby now, which is great. So awesome. But yeah, wonderful musician who's inspired me. And he's always releasing music. He's brilliant. Him and Antoine Bradford. I can't believe we've got to, work with such amazing people already. So yeah, that song kind of came about that way.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah. And that last part was like me going into the studio and I was like, how about we come up with this other part? Therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you'll eat, what you'll drink, what you'll wear. Is life not more than this? Kind of like a lullaby.
Love that.
Like a kid's nursery rhyme or something.
Yeah.
And it's like this lullaby.
It really creates a sense of innocence, doesn't it? And pure heart. I love that.
Totally. And then we have this awesome like crunchy drum thing that Sam added to the drums. It's like, it feels like the drums like, as opposed to like, it's like covers it and it's like, and then the horn comes in with like a mute, was that really Miles Davis sound.
That's cool.
Wow.
So cool.
That's cool.
And it just feels like you've arrived somewhere else with this like beautiful words that Christ spoke at this this location 2,000 years ago.
Did you have anything on your heart for maybe any artist out there or anyone like watching and following you that would be an encouragement, or just anything genuinely on your heart, like within the scope of making Jesus music?
That's good. I think support your friends that are doing music, especially worship music. Support them, buy their merch, encourage them, because it's lonely. And also like come to festivals, especially festivals like this, Seek Festival, because these people are pouring their hearts into it. And we can either encourage it or we can not encourage it, So encourage these people because they're doing amazing work. And it's very noble work. And listen to these guys, because these guys are great, man.
Thanks, man.
And it's really special what you guys are doing. I feel privileged to be here talking with you lads.
Yeah.
Privileged to have you, man.
So cool.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah. Do you mind if we pray for you and pray for your journey in Tekoa? Because what you guys are doing is fantastic. And really, like, I feel breaking the mold of what Christian music sounds like. And I feel like every artist should have that aspiration, as you said, like to be living as God called them to be, and sonically as well. Yeah.
Wow. Thanks, man.
Cool. No worries. Lord, thank you so much for Rory and the team Tekoa. And God, I just pray that you would bless him, his wife, his kids, God, as they just endeavor to please you. God, I thank you so much that it pleases you that Rory's on stage and is just, just experimenting and writing and just having fun, because that's what it's all about, just delighting in what you've given us. And so I just thank you, God, for everyone that's listening on the channel. God, thank you so much for their gifts and calling, God. And I pray if they've been touched by this to really just press into their calling and their giftings, God, and to not be afraid to just go outside and experiment for what you've called them to do. So, thank you that we can serve you with our gifts and talents. And, just pray a blessing over Rory and Tekoa as they continue to please you in everything that they do within the music industry and making Jesus music. In Jesus' name, amen.
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 Thanks so much, man.
Yeah, where can we follow you?
Thanks, guys.
Most platforms, right?
Yeah, Tekoa Music, currently. Trying to get Tekoa. Trying to buy the @Tekoa thing, but yeah, Tekoa Music. Tekoa.music, I think. One of them. Tekoa Music. Yeah, no dot. Yeah,
Nice.
we got the guys that didn't have the dot. And then Rory McKenna 93 if you want to follow me.
Perfect.
Very cool.
Yeah.
No worries. Well, guys, this is Make Jesus Music with Walker and Velzy and Rory Tekoa. We'll be signing out. We'll see you next time.
How much of this do you want?
That was great.